Hello everyone, welcome back to PM Academy. Today's topic is Tier 1 exam of Combined Higher Secondary Level Exam or 10 plus 2 level exam of Staff Selection Commission. In Tier 1 exam, dear students, I will discuss about Tier 1 exam patterns and strategies. And already in my previous lecture, dear students, I gave you the informations, how many students registered, how many students are appearing. I gave you the average figures that actual every year you will see around 29 to 30 lakh students are registering for the exams. While sitting in the exam, appearing in the exam, you will see around 50% of the students they are the sitting for the exam or appearing the exam. At least 15 lakh students are sitting for the exam. Dear students, when the vacancy is 5,000, 6,000 and appearing 15 lakhs, that may create a pure psychosis in your mind that actually I have to face the competition among the 15 lakhs. Out of the 15 lakhs, dear students, some may be serious students, some may be non-serious students. Some may be the preparing well, some may not preparing well. So you should not be fearful, because if you are preparing well, then you can overcome this the exam. It is not a tough exam like the civil services exam conducted by the Union Public Service Commission. Today I am coming to the topic Tier 1 exam. Dear students, this is the Tier 1 exam of Combined Higher Secondary Level Exam or 10 plus 2 level exam of Staff Selection Commission consists of the 4 units. In the question papers, you will see the 4 units will be there, A, B, C, D. One is English language and it will consist of 25 questions and marks will be 50. Then second will be, and when I am talking about the general English, so you will find in or title is the English language. You will get the basic English questions. Then second one is general intelligence and you will find 25 questions and also 50 marks. Third one is quantitative aptitude, also 25 questions, 50 marks. And this is also, this the quantitative aptitude, you will find the basic arithmetical skills or basic arithmetical questions. Then I am taking you to the last part, last sections of the question, that is the general awareness. You will also get the 25 questions and also 50 marks. So in this way, 4 units will be there, A, B, C, D. Now how many questions you got? 100 questions. How many marks? 200 marks. Time limit is for 1 hour. And those are eligible for a scribe. So 20 minutes extra will be given, while open category or other candidates are getting the 60 minutes, they will get the 80 minutes. Now this the exam pattern. This the exam pattern is objective type, multiple choice, MCQ pattern, and also the question comes in this exam either English and the Hindi. So both forms, the both languages question will be there. So you will not find any difficulty. If you are finding difficulty in English, you can read the Hindi and you can understand. Now dear students, keep in mind that there is also negative marking. If one mistake any wrong answer, so penalty is 0.50. That means half mark will be deducted for a wrong answer. You should be very careful. If you are not able to know the correct answers, it is better to skip that questions. If you are confident, they can do it. Otherwise, your mark will be deducted. While told you about the exam things, then what may be the syllabus part? That is also another areas of importance. First, I am taking you to the general language. In the general language sections where you are getting 25 questions, 50 marks, you will see that What type of question comes? It is mentioned basic knowledge of the general English. In this case, you will find questions relating to spot the error, synonym, homonyms, antonym, fill in the blanks, spelling or detecting misplaced words, idioms and phrases, one word substitutions, improvement of sentences, active and passive voice, active and passive voice of verbs or active and passive voice generally you call it, direct and indirect speech, shuffling of sentence parts, shuffling of sentence in a passage, then the clones passage, comprehension passage. In this way, the question comes in the English language. Then I am taking you to the next one, that is the general intelligence. In the general intelligence sections, also 25 questions, 50 marks. You will find the questions from the verbal and the non-verbal type, verbal and the non-verbal type, and it includes semantic, analogy, symbolic operations, symbolic or the number analogy, then trends, then figural analogy, space orientation, then semantic classification, Venn diagram. So in these ways, dear students, you will see the syllabus. Actual other things are also there in the general intelligence. So in this way, the question comes or the syllabus is mentioned in general intelligence, but you will find only the two ways, verbal and the non-verbal general intelligence. Then I am taking you to the quantitative aptitude, where in syllabus it is mentioned that actual basic arithmetical skill. So chapters have been clearly specified in the syllabus. It is the number systems, fundamental arithmetical operations, algebra, geometry, mensuration, trigonometry, statistical charts. Already within these are the units of the quantitative aptitude, and within that units also sub units are also there, what to study and what not to study. What to study actually you have to follow it very seriously. Then comes the general awareness or the GK parts, you can also say in the simple language. Dear students, it has been mentioned in the general awareness that actually candidate have to know the surrounding your the environment around you, and also to know how it is to be the applied to the society. Means very basic questions will come for you, and particular in the general awareness you be careful that actual you will get the static as well as the current. So static you may get around 15 questions and current you may get around the 10 questions. In this general awareness 25 questions, 50 marks. So static you beats your that actual 10, 15 static will be there and 10 current affairs will be there. And the chapters relating to India and neighboring countries, India and neighboring countries, especially relating to history, geography, economic science, or general policy and scientific research. While discussing all these things, like the 4 units are also there, dear students, also you must be thinking that actual what may be the books for it. So that is also another thing. So for your the books actual, I am just want to, before coming to the books, one thing I want to tell you dear students, while appearing this the exam, only those are partial, that means visual disability or the VH candidates 40% and above. Certain guidelines are also there: no maps, no diagrams, no statistical data in general intelligence and quantitative aptitude test. Only for the candidates who are VH candidates 40% and above of visual disability candidates, those who have got the certificates of 40% plus above, they are eligible. Means actually no diagrams, no statistical data in the general intelligence and the quantitative aptitude test. Then I am taking to the books. What books to follow in all these cases? So for general language, dear students, SP Bakshi, that is Aryan Publications, that book title is Objective General English. So Aryan Publications SP Bakshi, that is you can follow. Or another book is there, A Mirror of Common Errors by Dr. AK Singh, that is for English. And general intelligence, dear students, you can follow the books by Dr. R.S. Agrawal of A. Chand and Sons publication, or you can follow general intelligence verbal and non-verbal reasoning books by Gajendra Kumar, that is the Disha publications. Then I am taking to the third one, that is the quantitative aptitude. SSC mathematics books by Rakesh Yadav, or quantitative aptitude for the competitive exams by R.S. Agrawal. In this way, the two books I prescribe you. Then general awareness. General awareness, better to follow the Lucent publication or Lucent books by the Lucent publications. Then besides the general awareness, you have to read the other basic books what is available, that is the NCERT books. I can say NCERT 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th, 12th, if it is possible you can follow that books, because NCERT is enough for you to gather the informations. And also Lucent book I told you. And when I told you, dear students, about the exam, about syllabus, about that means books to follow, then I am giving you strategy. Actually, what strategy can be followed to be successful in this exam? I am just giving you, dear student, strategy number one. The books should be very limited. You have not to randomly follow here and there. Books should be limited. If the books are the limited, then the practice should be more. Then I am taking you to point number two. Last 5 to 10 years question try to collect, because that is highly helpful. And while collecting the previous questions, try to practice and just judge yourself where you are standing today. Then, dear students, follow mock test every 15 days. You take your own mock test every 15 days, and every 15 days you judge actual where do you stand. Then actual every 15 months you judge actual what improvement do you need. Then next step is fourth point I am taking you, dear students, be a regular reader of a newspaper, because newspaper you can gather, you can get a lot of informations relating to current developments, and also it can help you to increase your the English language. Then I told you while discussing the general awareness, the fifth point is what I want to tell you. GK general awareness, two categories, static and the current. Static you may get around 10 questions, and the current you may get the static you may get around 15 questions, current you may get around the 10 questions. So you should be familiar with the static books like what I told you, like the Lucent publications or the NCERT. And for the currents you have to update yourself with magazines, maybe Pratiyogita Darpan or newspapers. Then last 4 months, then I am taking the sixth point. Last 4 months, you be the serious for your the studies. Then it can help you to succeed. Last 4 months very very vital. And when you are free, dear students, actually at least devote 1 year. 1 year for the preparation. Last 4 months for the serious preparations. Then you collect the model set of questions. Then I am taking the next step or the next strategy, that is the model set of questions. You collect the 10 to 20 model set of questions. You 10 to 20, if it is possible 10 or 15, it is well and good. And every set, English is the different, English will be the different and different. After taking the model set of English separate, quantitative aptitude separate, general awareness separate, then you go for the composite one, that means the paper set like. So you go for the model set in that way. Then, dear students, you already know that qualifying patterns. Then what is the minimum qualifying marks? For open category students, it is 30%. That means minimum 30%. Or you have to score, then for the OBC and the EWS candidate, that is the 25%. And also for the others, it is the 20%. And dear students, another thing is that actually when you are appearing this the exam, then how the selection will be done? Immediately your the assessment will be done. So your normalized scores will be counted, and those are that means successful in the tier 1 exam, and they will be eligible for the tier 2 exam, tier 2 and the tier 3 exams. In this way, the exam details of the tier 1 and the strategy I discussed with you, dear student. Before concluding the lecture, my advice to dear students, it is my simple request to you that actually kindly subscribe if you are the first viewer, and like my channel and like my lecture. Thank you for dear student. Thank you today.